there are people like me who was reading everything like what to expect when you're expecting, and all the other crazy stuff, but they're dying at higher rates. And you all explain why you believe the policing of Black women's bodies have gotten us to this outcome today.
So I'm so glad that we could talk about this topic, because I think the policing of Black women's bodies gets far less attention. It's much more dramatic. If it bleeds, it leads, so to speak, on the news. But the toll that economic inequality, that the history of white supremacy and enslavement has taken on women's bodies is in many ways far greater, but it's not, it's happening everywhere. And so it doesn't get the attention that it should in the media. I think Serena Williams' experience sadly brought some attention to that. But we spent a lot of time thinking about Black women's bodies as different, the same and different than Black men's bodies, and much of what makes their bodies different and their experiences different, we're arguing, is their sexual and reproductive bodies. And clearly, I think, well, maybe it's not clear to everyone, but the roots of that go clearly all the way back to the period of enslavement, right? When the Black womb, you know, in 1619 was something that needed to be policed in order to produce economic commodities. And Kimberly Crenshaw argues that the Black womb produced $12 million in commodity. And that was in 1619 dollars, not today dollars, right? So the Black womb is policed to produce commodity. And then after the period of enslavement, the Black womb is now viewed as dangerous because it can produce people who can become criminals, and people who can become disruptors, and people who can become activists and agitators. And so once again, the Black womb has to be policed